lovelies, happy new year, happy new year. Welcome to 2026 and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, all those good stuff. So I want to do a 2025 in review for me and how to lock in 2026 as a proper certified lazy babe. I think I'm lazy, but that does not mean we will not be productive, right? Right. So there is this trend on TikTok that I saw where people will bring a piece of cake or a whole cake and then do my name is I achieved this in 2025 and then stick it. So I actually made a bunch of them. So I'm going to do that first to celebrate my wins in 2025 and we can move on with how we will make 2026 productive. Yeah, I'm really grateful for 2025. I am really grateful. So let's get started. Hi, I'm Miss Summer and I started my NYC in 2025. Hi, I'm Miss Summer and I got to serve in my state of choice. Hi, I'm Miss Summer and I graduated from my writing fellowship. Hi, I'm Miss Summer and I got an amazing PPA for my service. Hi, I'm Miss Summer and I published 3 opinion editorials in 2025. Hi, I'm Miss Summer and I got a new house, I got a good roommate and I got good neighbors in 2025. Hi, Miss Summer and this year 2025 I got myself a laptop I've wanted for 2 years now. Hi, I'm Masoma and I bought myself my first iPhone. Hi, my name is Masoma and I landed my first acting gig in 2025. Hi, I'm Masoma and in 2025 I finally started YouTube. Yeah, these are my wins in 2025 and I'm really grateful for that. So for this year 2026, I made a list of everything we need to do to actually lock in 2026. It's already a wrap on 2025 and since we can't go back we can't move backward, we have to figure out a way to make us moving forward very successful. So I have 5 tips. So first things first is starting with a list. Some people create vision boards, some people create Notion calendars. I do a list. I just do a list. I just list out things I want to actually achieve the year when it starts. I write in 2025 I wrote that I wanted to move to a new city and I am living in a new city. So I just make a list because I'm lazy. Like I said, outlooking as a lazy person. I don't have the time to actually do a whole vision board because vision boards take time. You have to go to Pinterest, you have to find the pictures you want to use, you have to print them out, you have to find glue, you have to find a board, you have to stick them. Oh, that's a lot. I'm sorry. That's a lot. I'm not going to be doing that. So I just prefer to write it down. I mostly use my phone. I write it on my notes app on my phone. And on days I can't write it on my notes app, I use a pen and a paper. Very effective, very simple. Write like 5 things you actually want to achieve that year. And yeah, we'll move on. And most of the things that I accomplished in 2025 are actually things I listed out that I actually wanted to accomplish. So it's actually quite effective. So the next thing on how to lock in 2026 is to build tiny consistent habits. You know, people talk about consistency a lot, and no matter how we want to actually not listen to them, it is quite effective. You can't show up one day and expect to get 10 years worth of results. You have to show up every day for that 10 years to be able to achieve the results that somebody that is there in 10 years achieved. So consistency is not optional. It's not optional. And trust me when I say consistency is like one of the hardest things. I have tried consistency, like one of the hardest things. Like one of my goals in 2025 was to show up for YouTube, and I did. For like the first 2 months I started, I posted every week consistently. And Now I'm celebrating over 100 subscribers, and I'm really grateful for that. I mean, that was not the milestone I set for myself, but that's something, and for that I'm really, really grateful. So another goal that I made for myself for 2026 is to journal more. I feel like journaling helps you to write down things. It was actually my goal for 2025, but I wasn't able to achieve this that goal, because journaling is actually a lot. Writing down your thoughts, trying to actually pen it down. Most times putting down what you are thinking into words is a bit harder than you think. So I actually want to move that goal to 2026 and try to journal more. And I'm not going to, because another way to actually build consistency is to know your limits. I'm not going to say I will start journaling every day. I tried that in 2025. I know I'm not somebody that wake up every day and want to pick a pen and a paper and start writing my thoughts. I'm not going to do that. So my goal is actually to try to journal at least once a week. If I can do it once a week, maybe one day I will actually want to do it 2 times a week. And maybe one day I will actually want to do it like 5 times a week. And it becomes a habit. So you can't want to delude yourself into thinking that you'll build that habit you want in one day. It's not going to work. Like you setting the goal of going to the gym every day, and you go and pay for gym membership when you have not been to the gym in 5 years. Are you kidding yourself? You go one day and you go back to your house and sleep, because it doesn't work like that. You have to start maybe once a month, once in 2 weeks, once a week before you start going every day. You get tiny, consistent habits. So the third thing on how to actually lock in 2026 is to celebrate little wins. Celebrate those your tiny wins. Like I saw someone on TikTok saying that you don't need a treat. Like, why are you celebrating your wins? You are not a dog. You don't need a treat. But I feel that is wrong. In my own opinion, that is very wrong. And I actually find it offensive as a person, because the human brain is wired to associate task with reward. When you set task for yourself, why you set it is because you know at the end you are going to achieve this thing and you feel rewarded. So making it look like you need a treat as per dog now is kind of laughable to me. So actually celebrate that little wins. Whatever celebration involves to you or entails to you, do it. Whether it's taking yourself out for a drink, whether it's hanging out with friends, whether it's taking a whole day off to actually just watch movies and sleep, do it. Whatever celebration entails, you are going to, yeah, you have to actually do it. You can't set milestones and then think you can skip those milestones without acknowledging them. And yeah, you can't keep doing that to yourself. So try as much as possible to celebrate your little wins. So the fourth thing on how to actually lock in for 2026 is to have an accountability partner or a tracker. If you can't get somebody to check in on you to make sure that you actually hit the milestones you set for yourself, then get a tracker. Notion calendars are actually quite effective, even though setting it up is a bit of a hassle. I tried using Notion in 2025 for my finances and stuff, but the whole formula and stuff, I abandoned it. So you can maybe write it down in sticky note and stick to your wall. Taking down a sticky note is quite satisfying. I found that out. Like if you write something on a sticky note and stick it, tearing it off, that sound is quite satisfying. So you can do that. And yeah, you can start from that. And then yeah, my final thing on how to actually lock in for 2026 is to build that relationship with God. I'm not that religious. I know most people there are not, but you don't need to be religious to have a relationship with God. You don't have to go to church every day. You just need to start small. Talk to him. I mean, that's if it's something you're interested in. I'm not pushing it on you, but like I said, things to actually do to lock in for 2026. You need somebody. There are people that believe in luck, and I believe in God. I believe in grace. So something that will actually give you an edge above others. You need to actually have a relationship with that person that will give you that edge. Because no matter how much you want to do it on your own, sometimes it's really not possible. So yeah, that is that. The 5 tips that I gave to actually lock in 2026 as a lazy person includes: one, start with a list; two, build tiny, consistent habits; three, celebrate little wins; 4, have an accountability tracker or a partner. And number 5, build a relationship with God. And that's all for this video. I'll see you next week. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and tell me what else you want me to talk about. I love you so much. Bye.